Right, good morning everyone. Now everything has dried overnight. I'm quite happy with it. I like the way it's all, you know, looking like it's falling apart. There is a lot more shading to do and whatever, but I've looked through my miniatures and there isn't much that I have. I think, you know, that's decent enough to fit in here. It is going to be a kitchen, so I'm going to have to build it. I did find a little fireplace, but I'm not even sure I'm going to put that in. It all has to be at an angle anyway. I have cut it, but I'm still not sure about it. So I'm just going to cut that leg off a little bit more. It has to be decorated, of course. You know, it's just a bit of foam board that I had. I must have been trying something else. And I thought, you know what, I'm not going to waste it. It has to look like it's level here, see? That's about right, I think. This must be cut on a slant. That will have to be cut on a slant. So, sorry, I was just cutting that and that on a slant. Yeah, that's better. It's going to be sat there in the middle of that wall, I think, so I can put something here. So let me just see why that's doing that, because that needs to be on a slant fee. Sorry, I'm just shaping. I'm just shaping this. You've got to get it on a slant, you see, so it's not as easy as it might look. At all, I'll tell you that now. Right, so I've got that more or less. So this is straight, you know, it's the same width. So it is going to have that little fireplace in. I'm just not too sure about that, actually. Ooh, knife wrong way around. You just got to get it right. Yeah, that will fit there now. So it's going to have a fire, it's going to have a unit, which I've got to make. So here you go. Oh, I found this as well. It's just a lid, but I don't throw anything away. I'm going to turn that into a little shelf on there. Above the sink. I'm going to have it here. And then I've got some of this straw-like stuff that, excuse me, I bought, oh God, a long time ago. 2 big bundles of it. And I made my sweeping brushes from it and that. So, I'm going to alter that. Make that into a shelving unit. Let me just clear my desk because it's getting a little bit messy. Okay, and this is going to become a sweeping brush, the old ones. And what you do is, I've taken so much together, just going to cut that straight. Get rid of all, oh no, don't get rid of that, because we can make that into a, like, scrubbing brush. So, this is straight here. Now what I need to do is to wrap some string around it. So I'm just going to take some string. And I have different thicknesses of string because they come in handy. So I'm just going to really tighten that, but I need one of these little poles. So let's do that. So I'm just going to poke that in there, pull that really tight and wrap that around. And then we're just going to fasten that off. I'm going to do that into a double knot. And then we just snip that off there and there. Move that to one side. And then what I've got to do with this is you don't need it any longer than an inch, inch and a half at the most. Okay. Now that may seem a little bit too big, but we'll just... No, actually, it'll be fine. I think I've just cut this down a little bit, the handle. Like that. That'll do. That's fine. And we'll colour all of that before we use it. I've got that to do. Now what I'm going to do is to make the little sweeping brush. And for that, I've got the hot glue gun on. And I'm just going to take one of these, what I've cut off, so I don't waste anything, of course. And just going to shape it like that. So I don't need a scrubbing brush any bigger than that. Take my bit of sandpaper, what have I done with it? We'll use this big sheet, just move that there. Actually, I prefer to use my files, they work better. Oh! I think that'll do. So, I now need to glue some of that. I'm just going to cut it flat. And to glue some of it onto here. Oh. Let's have a look. And just stick that on there. Like that. See, just push it all on. Doesn't matter if bits come off. You can do a little bit more as well, I think. You can get rid of any excess glue and things like that. Sorry. Just got a little bit there that I can use. Like that. Clean all of that off. And then all you do is trim it down. And you have yourself a little scrubbing brush. And like I say, when that's coloured in, it'll be fine. And there you go, little scrubbing brush. Like that. Same way, and then you can put a handle on it if you're doing a broom. In fact, we can make a broom. We need to make one, I think. So I've got another stick here. Just going to cut this. And so I just need a little bit of, this'll do, just enough of this, look. Just do that over the top. Wood glue you can paint acrylic paint over. I just want to make sure that that's going to dry okay. So I'm just going to leave that to one side. So we've now got a broom, a sweeping brush and that. I'm not sure which I'm going to use. I probably will use this one. But I've made both just in case. And that one actually needs cutting down anyway. And to make them look vintage and old-fashioned, you just trim them from the bottom up. Like that. See, and that's just do it like that. That's a great brush. So we'll leave them two to dry. And then, like I say, just keep hold of stuff like this. You know, some of it's fine to work with. That's enough. And just pop it into a bag. You don't want to waste all of it, do you? But that's a little bit saved. Keep that because you never know when it's going to come in handy. We've done the sweeping brush, the scrubbing brush, which I'm going to put on the sink actually. Move those to one side. Remove my tools. I'm just going to get the bin. Right, so that's done. Now what I'm going to do is to put some shelving, 2 little shelves in here. Oh, no, 1 I think I'll do. So I do have the cut-offs from yesterday. Of course, I don't want them any wider than that. So I just need to cut that. Don't need them any wider than that. Might still be a little bit wide, just a touch. Where's my knife? Let's have a look. Yeah. That way will do, not fussed about it. A little bit of glue. Like that, just to hold it in place. In actual fact, I need to clip that, to be honest. Oh, hang on, just take that out. Sorry, I forgot to do that. Like I say, the rougher the better for me. I'm going to have that like that. Okay, so just going to do that. There's my other little bit here. Turn that over, start from the centre. Like that. And then all I'm going to do is run some glue along the edge. Oh, come on, glue gun. Like that. Attach that onto there. And then I'm just going to cut this in half. Just a piece like that on there. And that's going to be house some keys or something. That's it. Let's bring that shape in a little bit as well. Save that bit, we can get rid of all this rubbish. And that's altered that completely, hasn't it? I can put some little hooks in there. So what I do need to do is to use my doweling tool. And I've made 3 little holes there, and then all I need is some wire. And I've got some wire here. It's just small wire. Just going to cut 3 sections off. Use my round nose pliers. Put it at the far end as I can. And bend that over like that. And then bring that up more so it's straight. See, like that? And then what I need to do in line with that, oh, just above it, again, put it as far as I can and then bend that back. So I need to make 3 of those. So again, as far as it will go, bend that up. Right, oh, that's a little bit too like that, and then in line with that, a little bit more. So that's that. Just do the other one the same. Again, in line with that. Turn it around, in line with that. And then what you do is you pop that in there. And then hopefully, if I can do this, you can glue it in afterwards, but for now, you have to line that up and then bring that back up there, like that. And we'll glue them in. So just hold them in place and then bend them back. And what happens is, actually, I can do it better now because now I've got where it needs to be. I can do that. Again, grab that, bend it up, and then we're going to do the same with this one. And we're going to bend that back. So I'm just going to take that out and bend that like that. So push it in and turn it. And I do need it to, well, we don't need it to go there, we need it to lay there. Let me just see. That's it. See, that's going to be the hook that hangs off there. So all I need to, need to make sure is that that is hooked on there. Right, all topped up. Right, now, like I said, I've got some, I mean, I just threw it together. It was in a project I started and I didn't want to finish it. Oh, look. Hard. This is what I mean. When you're buying mediums, you have to use them up. Unfortunately, that one's gone hard, and probably all of them have, but oh dear. Oh my, what a waste. Almost gone. You can see how thick it's gone, but I'm going to use it on here. I can't let them go to waste, sorry. So if people are turning off the channel to go watch something else because it's not shabby chic, I'm sorry. I've got to use my mediums. I can't afford not to use them. So, you know, unfortunately I'm not made of money. Some might be, but I'm not. Or some might think I am, but I'm not. You know. Yeah, I want it to look chunky as well, so yeah. And I'll paint the inside black. So I'm just going to lay that there. Ugh. I do apologise, folks, but I have to use them. I mean, this is supposed to crackle with age anyway. So I'm basically just going to do the units in the same stuff if I can. I'm not worried about the blue stripes showing through, the blue and red, because I'm also going to colour this as well. And if it doesn't work, fine, we change it. It's not a problem, not an issue. At all. But it's supposed to have a crackling effect. Now, it may be too old to have that effect, because I've had it a long while and I don't use them. I should. I could kick myself, to be honest, because, you know, it's my money that's getting wasted, isn't it? It's going to have something in it, so it doesn't matter. Round that off again, like that. Now, I've got to do something and put a mirror in. And I've got these ladders as well. Now I've got to put like a blue hue to all of this because it, well, not all of it, but I'm going to do it, my room's got blue in it and I want to keep the blue. Now I did find this little rug, so I may find somewhere to put that. I've got to now make a sink, so that's my next job. So I'm just going to put this back together and we're going to make a sink. I did find a sink, but it was too big. So I'm going to do another one. Move that out of the way. Really should have put my mat down. So I've got this card here. Now, just going to make sure that we have this squarish. No, we don't. Move that there. And now I have that squarish, I think. Let's have a look. like a little faucet thing. See if that one's a little bit bigger. That's better. So a nice little hole in the sink. And we'll just clip that off at the back. Oops. But I do have to put some piping on now. I'm going to use this thick wire. It's thick enough and not too, you know, for my sink. Not too thick for the piping, and then we just paint it black. So what I've got to do is, yeah, I've got to glue that in there. So I'm doing a blob of glue on that, so it looks like the, you know, the faucet, the thing at the back. Pipe area underneath, I mean. You know, so I don't want to put a little ring on. I can paint that black. Yeah. Oops, I've just opened that. Never mind, we can close it up again. I did it both sides, sorry. So now we've got that on, see, like that. Just going to sort this end out because I opened it up. Never mind, it will be fine. Just run your glue down there and do that, and it'll seal it off. It's going to be grunged up, so it doesn't matter. Now, the pipe under the sink. So I need to bend it, so it would only be bent about that. So I need to bend it that way, and then I need to turn that over and bend it back as though it's going in the wall. See, like that. And then I need to cut it, but no more than that. So that looks like it's going in the wall. Okay, so we've got that. So we've got that. Now what we need to do is you take little tiny strips of paper. And I've got a little bit of paper here to do it with. You only need a strip. Okay, so you take a piece of paper, and I'm just going to attach a bit of glue to that. I maybe should have done this before I put it on, but never mind, it's fine. And then you wrap that paper around the joint. And just keep adding a touch of glue. Until it looks like you know, the joint thing that joins that one and that one together. Let's put some on the pipe because that's going to give it a little bit of character when we've painted it. Like that. And don't worry if it drips, you can go back and take that off. Like that. But you've just filled yourself a little joint, made a little joint for it. Just leave that to dry. Let's have a look how these have gotten on. Ooh. Grungy looking, innit? Well, it's going to have black on it, so it'll be fine. They have to dry properly though, that's more or less dry. And then we'll darken that. So, I'm going to use this lasso, which is, again, to do the brushes. I'm just going to cut that one a little bit more. So I now need to use my long brush, and we just cover that like that. See, already looks grunged up. Now I'm just going to grunge it up a little bit more on the edges here. We're just going to darken that. That'll do. And we're just going to leave that to dry over there. Going to do the same with this as well. Just grunge it up. See, like that. And this one, because I'm not sure which. I might use both brooms. I don't know yet. So I'm just going to grunge up that around there. I could round off that, but I don't want to. I'm fine with it as it is. I'm not, no problem whatsoever actually. Yeah, that'll do. Fine with that. Quite happy with it actually. So we're just going to move these to one side. So that's straightish, and that's going to go straight in the wall like that. So just going to take my toothpick, and underneath there's a little bit of the glue that's poking out. But yeah, no, that's fine. Happy with that. This can also be glued I don't know where to have that, or whether to have it there. No, I might have it there actually. Yeah, I think we'll have that there. Okay, let's just put this in here. And I need to make sure that is straight. So I'm following the line of the wallpaper. And don't worry about it being an orangey colour. Not fussed, we're going to darken all of that. For definite. I love the way the paper's peeling off and that. Yeah. So, let's have a look. We can actually attach the brush here, which I'm going to do now. And I'm going to use the hot glue, wood glue. So we're just going to put the brush on there, leaning to there. Yeah, I'm happy with that one. I needed that little table, didn't I? Let me just see what else I've got. I haven't really got anything yet. Why did I do a ladder? Well, I don't know. I might not use it yet. I just made it. So I've got this little unit going in. And that is going to go round about there. That little fireplace. Yeah, and that's all going to be darkened as well. So I'm fine with that. I need to put some shelving in here, so I'm going to do that next. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, that's the only thing. That table can't be, it's too small. It's too small, so I need to take those legs out and put some fresh legs in. So what I'm going to do is just take hold of my legs in here from yesterday. Now, let me just see. I don't need large. Oh, actually, I could do with a couple of large. I'm going to cut them down. And a couple of... I don't need that, actually. Let me just see. How tall? You don't want it any taller than that, so I can chop that top bit off. That's it. I'm just chopping that bit off. It might be too tall. We can still cut it down a little bit. Let's have a look. Okay, let's just have a look at this. Right, so that can just lean off of there. It doesn't need a back leg at all. But in doing that, then I have to put some glue on here. So I'm just putting some wood glue on here. Right. And then what I'm going to do is put some hot glue just to keep it in place. There. And like that. That way I don't have to alter the legs in any way, shape or form. You see, I don't need to make them shorter at the back. That's a nice little table. And I was going to use my little coffee pot, but it's too big. So I now need to find some. I've got a little mug here that I can use. So I need to recolour that. And I need to dirty that up, don't I? Yeah, so let's get this done. And then I'm finished for today. Because I have a massive headache. And I need to get some sleep. I'm going to go back to bed because I am so tired. I'm just colouring the table like it's caught up in all the grime. It's going to be, you know, like an abandoned kitchen. Well, somebody's obviously abandoned it. Right, like I say, I'm going to be leaving it to all dry and that in a minute. The only thing I want to do is I do want to do the fireplace. But I've got to use that as a watered down brown. So I'm using brown acrylic paint. And we're just going to paint that. Right, I hope this is, you can see this. I've mixed some of this gravel, and we sell this, you get 100 gram. We sell sand, gravel, or anything that you need for the miniatures, things like that. So I've mixed it with the wood glue, and I'm just going to pop that inside the fireplace. So it's like an open fireplace. And I'm going to be fine with that. I'm actually going to try and bring some of that out, like that. It seems to have gone behind. I don't want it to do that. Here. See, like that. Now, I will put some form of a hearth in there if I have to paint it in. I'm not fussed. But I'm going to put this in. So what I need to do is put a little bit of glue on the back. Let's press that in. A couple more of those here. Just put them on the back till I put it in. And I'm just going to sit that on there like that. So you can actually see there is sausage and bacon in there. Leaning at, coming out. Put a little mucky cloth here as well. You're seeing this little dirty cloth. Just added it there. Put a towel here. Like a dirty cloth there. Obviously, I'm going to have to mould these up a little bit because, like I said, nobody lives here. It's abandoned. So we'll mould it all up. And I've put the little brush here as well. So we've got these, what do they call them? Scrubbing brush and the normal sweeping brush there. Now I have got my miniatures at the side of me. I did do that pie. So I'm going to glue that in. On the table. So we've got a big pie there. And I'll varnish it all up later. I'm going to use the coffee pot, and all of this will be grunged up later while it's sat in there. So we've got the coffee pot there. I'm going to put a mug on the shelf here on top of the fire. So just gonna, I'm not going to put it on the end, we're just going to stick it in there like that, because I want to put some bits and pieces. I'm going to use this pie. No, they're having breakfast, we can't do that. Oh, we're going to put a couple of crumpets in there, I think. I absolutely love these crumpets, I think they really turned out well. But I need a little plate for them anyway, don't I? So, I've got a little plate here. Which you can put on there. Add a couple of crumpets. I'll turn them around so you can actually see them, like that. I'm going to put another mug on the top as well. Now, I don't want everything to be dark brown, so I'm going to use the blue one. No, we will have to grunge that up. So a nice big piece of pot pie, and I think I'm going to put the homemade bread on the fireplace, because you can put whatever you want, wherever you want, don't matter. It's your room. So I'm just going to do that. Let's have a look. Now, I've got a little potted plant that we made the other day. I've got something here. Like I say, I'm not sure about everything. There's a little weird plant can sit on the end. Just there. Oh, really weird plant that. I think we'll put that there. Like I say, it'll all be grunged up. Like that. It doesn't actually have to be grunged up because you can live in a hovel. Poor thing. Whoever it is, poor thing. Yeah. Now, hang on. What did I do with my other bits? Oh, I want my little basket in. So we're going to have this just tucked here. There. Now, I do need to make a chair for it, which I'm going to do, but I'll do that after. And yeah, hang on. Let me just see. Yeah. I'm going to have a couple of cups on the shelf. Here as well. Oh, move over, mate. Oh, and do you know what? I'm going to put the one with J on. I don't know who it is. Could be anybody. Oh. Just wipe that bit of glue off. It'll dry all right. And I'm just going to hang that on that hook. Like that. I'll discolour that as well. And I think I'm going to do the same with that one. Now, do I want to take that off? Yes, I think I do. And add another cup there. And you know, even though there is a sink there and they didn't have the modern things we have today, I think I'm going to add the sink plunger. What do you think? Let me just see. Why not? You can go wild with this lot, you know. Grunge that up. And just dab that back on the tissue. And then I think I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here. And dip it in there, like that. That'll be fine. And I just think we'll have the sink plunger there. We could have it fallen over, couldn't we? Shall we have it fallen over? No, we'll have it stood up. No, we'll have it leaning on that, I think. Let's just see. It don't matter the mess it makes there. I'm not fussed about that whatsoever. No, we'll have it stood up there. That'll be fine. Like I say, I'm just going to attach this. I'm getting a little bit fed up with these glue guns because they're not working. If you're not using the glue, I'm just going to do that. So it's like on the floor. Yeah, if you're not using them, so of course they're heating up and the glue's melting and then you're not being able to do anything with it. Now, let's have a look. I'm going to put the egg cup on because I made the egg cup. I absolutely love it. And at the end of the day, you've got to do what you want to do. What makes you happy. He's going to have an egg with the crumpets and then a cooked breakfast. Or whatever it is. Yeah. You can go on and on and on, can't you? I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we do. I might need to put the butter pat in there. Will it fit? I don't want to overload it. There's no need. No, I'm going to leave it like that, and then I'll come back because I've got to put a chair in, make the chair, and a little unit in there. I'll be back shortly for part 4.